Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're going to take a look at the actual results to Archipelago raid in G29, where GrOp was able to participate this event. But before we do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and fill out that notification bell so that you get any new updates whenever we drop new content on the channel. Do me a favor, comment where you're listening or where you're tuning in from. I really like to get a viewpoint on where our viewers are from, so let us know in the comment section below. And let's get into it. Archipelago raid has put us up against a decent squad this time. It's been a very interesting roll of events. We've had Golden up on our side fighting against Hurry. Sky has been there a little bit. I've seen Guard a little bit this event. Out at Crimson, we saw a lot of Misery, a lot of Rogue, and a little bit of DKOR. From East Bay, obviously, Sassy was there a lot. Owen was there. Freck was there. And GrOp. Well, I'm obviously GrOp, so that was me. Now, this doesn't to say that the rest weren't there, but obviously it does mean that they weren't there as often or weren't as noticeable for that stretch. We will take a look at, obviously, some of them and see more along the lines of what those really are. Can we even take a look at them anymore? I don't even know. Well, we can look at it this way if we wanted, but that's just for our faction leaders and stuff. The point is, we did not win. If you see this out here, we did not win. Unfortunately, we were not able to succeed in the capture. If you'll look here at the end, it ended up where Yellow and Crimson were, Gold, and Crimson were able to take it. And that's really only because out of Azure, there was almost nobody showing up to the fight. When we look at the actual battle overview here, and we look at Azure, I can tell you right now, the only ones that were there was Spar and a couple of Imps. I don't recall seeing any of these other guys at the fights. And as you can see by the capture points, they even lost their other capture point to Gold. So it became a situation that says we could fight off Crimson fairly easily. We had no issue fighting them off, but fighting them off together. And if we look at the map here, I'll show you what we were looking at. You can see exactly how that came out to be. We took both of our gates, built north towards our 6, took it there, fought Crimson off at their 4 several times. Built all the way down to our 7, captured that, built all the way out, and if you'll notice, these are our towers here. GrOp had one at the end, right as we were going to the 8, and unfortunately, Gold had the capability of building all the way up to the 8, fighting off Blue, and basically removing any gas they had from their sails, at which point they built directly to us and helped Crimson fight us off. Now, we couldn't fight 2v1, and once it became 2v1, it became very apparent that we were going to be backing out and taking the loss. It's very difficult in that sense to fight 2v1, but we did our absolute best, and I give everyone a whole bunch of credit for it. I do want to say one of my MVPs for this event, I'd have to say, is probably Old Tiger out of OHN. And if we look at OHN here, let's actually take a look. He was on our side, and OHN is right here, Ohana. And if we look here, let's go through some of these members. Chechen did really well, was really active, saw him a lot. Same with Old Tiger, saw him a lot too. Give a really good shout out to both of those guys. They were obviously fighting wherever they could. Fabipum was there as well. I saw him a lot. Architect, he was up front a lot too. So there was some good combat coming out of OHN. So I give them a lot of credit for getting us to as far as we did, even though we weren't able to take the win. Now, I have to pat my own self on the back. I was able to run some my own rallies, even though my Miyamoto is only about 3.3 or 3.4 million right now. 3.1, that's right, because I balanced him out a little bit more with my Raigoro, so my Raigoro is a little bit stronger, so that I have him better on Garrison, because that's what I'm going to start working towards, building out my Garrison from there. Now, we ended up, I'll show you a couple of reports here at the end that we ended up doing here, which were entirely done at cars. So at the end, if you're looking for points, one of the best ways to do that is this right here. So you exchange rallies on a tower filled with just cars. If we look at the total here, it was just cars. Everybody was doing it with just cars. So all that we lose is cars, which nobody cares about anyways, and those deaths are all, again, I'll say the word, cars. So if you can, plan those nice rallies are a good thing to have. Again, unfortunately, this does leave us with a loss. I do want to give a good shout out here to the members of Hurry, HURY. They did phenomenally well pushing us back from 101 winner here. If we look at some of these members, Hangio over here, I believe, is the current leaderboard champion for this event. I believe he's sitting on top for the overall War Meets War. Yeah, Hangio right here from Hurry. And then we've got Dark Ducker from Misery. So if you look at those top two, we were fighting uphill. Kiyosa was here, but I mean, at the end of the day, any of the blue ones that you see here up in the top, you can see there's only 2 in the top 50, 3, 4, 5, right? 6 out of the top 50 for all 4, which is obviously not pulling their weight. And unfortunately, even if you look at something like this right here, this bonus event for the Chainsaw Zombies, blue came in 4th. So we ended up getting paired with a Legion that really wasn't able to cut the mustard and defend against their side. And that, unfortunately, once they gave up, it tumbled all the foundations. So now I am going to be leaving with an S. I did not get all the way up on Conquest. I could have probably pushed a little bit harder, but truth be told, I managed over 114 million points. And for me, that's a record. So I'm going to pat myself in the back for that one. And I'm going to take my rewards and enjoy the play from there. But that's it, folks. That's it for Archipelago G29. I hope you guys had enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks again to the members that we've mentioned ahead. It was an absolute blast. Thanks a lot to the GrOp members who pushed real hard this event too. I know it was a little bit harder. We were coming in a little bit underweight in regards to obviously our average, but they ended up finding their points either way. So I really do appreciate those who pushed hard. And the rest of you, thanks a lot for farming and putting in the resources and helping us, to be able to heal our troops and things like that. Even though you can't be in the fight, being able to farm and donate resources really does help. Even though that doesn't necessarily give you as much points or recognition. So thanks a lot for the farmers who did help. It was obviously greatly appreciated. But that's it, folks. Thanks very much for tuning in. I really hope you did enjoy. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. Again, comment where you're watching in from. I do like to know where the viewer base is. And I can do that. I mean, obviously I can do it through the analytics, but I like to be able to engage as well. So if you can let me know where you're from, it'd be kind of cool. So I can kind of pinpoint a little bit more where our viewer base is. Other than that, folks, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.